Be ready. 10 seconds to go. Start. At this juncture, I would like to urge upon the center to ensure protection to our retail trading. When multinational companies are allowed to operate in the retail sector, it will affect our small traders in a big way. Hence, the union government must never allow MNCs in the retail trade. In the name of free trade, in the era of liberalization, we must not open up the floodgates of imports. We must know the quantum of our demands and allow import to such an extent that it does not come in the way of our manufacturers and those who produce for us. Handicrafts and handloom sectors provide job opportunities to ordinary people. This goes on from the ancient times, but now we find these two sectors are greatly affected. In order to protect our traditional expertise in these fields and to ensure the traditional livelihood opportunities, the government must drastically bring down or entirely do away with the tariff on exports on handicrafts goods, handloom products, silk sarees, bed covers, and knitwear products. This would help the rural folk in a big way, bringing solace in their lives. The stipulations and restrictions in the name of environment are coming as an unmanageable impediment to our industrial growth. These restrictions are seriously hampering the production activities of the entrepreneurs both in the small, marginal, medium scale sectors. They are faced with hardships. They cannot afford to raise huge funds to meet the requirements of the Environment Department. So, the government must set up the required infrastructure. This would help us to ensure resilience in the industry, ensuring industrial growth. I support the demands for grants pertaining to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry for the year 2012-13. Our country, India, is emerging as an upper power and economic superpower. Our growth has been consistent enough for the last many years. The world is watching us with envy. It is a matter of pride that our leaders in the government, also in the party, had indicated to the European Union that we can play a crucial role to bail out them from their financial crisis. This shows our confidence and also our financial stability and economic prowess. However, even after 63 years of independence, you will be stunned to learn the fact that there is hardly any industrial growth in the entire Northeast. There is some semblance of industrialization in Assam, but they are also not worth mentioning. There is hardly any mega industrial or commercial activity which can employ thousands of people except tea gardens that too were developed by the Britishers. Private companies and multinational companies do not want to come to the Northeast because of the law and order problem there. The law and order situation is bad in my parts of the Northeast because of insurgency. Why there is insurgency? It is because of underdevelopment and pathetic economic condition of the people, because there is no industrialization and commercialization. So it is a kind of vicious circle. We need to break this vicious circle. I strongly believe that the answer lies with industrialization, commercialization, and overall development of the region. It is the responsibility of the state and union government to provide security to the people and to companies who want to do business in the Northeast region. We need to provide protection to the lives and properties of those industrialists and capitalists who came to do business in the Northeast. Along with their safety and security, all kinds of incentives must be extended to them. Tax holiday to the newly set up industrial units in the Northeast is always a welcome step, but we need to give more incentives to the industrial and commercial activities in terms of cess concessions, loans, and government assistance. Otherwise, industrial and commercial activities in the Northeast will always remain dismal as usual. For the last few years, we have been trying to establish a free trade agreement with the ASEAN countries. I believe we are still endeavoring to have such a free trade agreement with ASEAN. If it happens, this will open a floodgate of opportunities in terms of trade and commerce for India and as well for the ASEAN countries. It will also bring remarkable expansion and development in industrial production and activities. Therefore, I urge upon the Honorable Minister to take up this issue of free trade agreement with ASEAN with the Ministry of External Affairs and pursue it seriously together. Each and every member of ASEAN may be engaged separately so that we have desired result. In fact, a free trade with ASEAN will certainly prove to be a boon for our economy, particularly trade and commerce. There was a proposal to build a trans-Asian highway from India to Singapore. Stop.